I cannot believe the year is almost over. I feel like it went so fast. Can we all just take a deep breath, a big breath, and let the past year out? Just breathe in hope and possibilities. Just let go. Probably easier said than done. I know. The critters are hiding from the cold. Just a few of the snow seagulls out here. Trying to fit his whole body in my lap. It's kind of working. My breakfast is getting cold. I don't want to make a move. I don't want to make a move.
Oh no. Well, I don't think you would want your breakfast to get cold.
I could give you some. It is just so lovely that it ended up being sunny today, because I think we're going to get about 3 days of rain. I'm hoping for a little bit of snow, but I think we're going to get rain for 3 days. And so it's nice to take in some of that cozy winter sunshine. In one of the next videos, we're going to be talking about how to actually achieve, to strategize, to achieve real goals and resolutions for that fresh start for the new year. After years on YouTube, years of building a home business, years of overcoming chronic illness, years of overcoming personal issues, years of overcoming traumas, I have come across the common themes and goals of truly achieving things that we set our mind on. And so if you haven't already, hit that notification bell so that you can get notified of future videos. And if you are new here and you enjoyed today's video, I would love to have you subscribe so that we can visit again. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you from the bottom of my heart for popping in again. We always appreciate, friends, when you like our videos, comment, and when you share them with others. The end of the year here is the reset to the reset. It is the recharge to the fresh start. And I have so many things on my heart for this year to come. And in that future video, we are really going to talk about the things that I have learned in the trenches through all those years. And the first thing I think is so important to meditate on when we are about to embark on some new goals and resolutions is our reasons. Reasons are a foundational part of achieving our dreams. Maybe you've heard it said like this: people want to know, what is your why? But really it's your reasons. It's your internal core motivations. And for me, it's been multiple things over the years that have compiled. The reason why reasons is so important is because when the stuff gets hard, and it does, and you are in the trenches and you are having one of those days and you are ready to throw in the towel, you can come back to your core reasons and motivation. And that is the thing that keeps you moving forward. I added dried apples and dried oranges to this last batch of elderberry syrup. Highly recommend. I have to say that really digging deeper into my reasons this year and confronting some of the things that were holding me back was an arduous process. It's not easy, it was not comfortable, and I did not enjoy it. But as I always say, on the other side of discomfort is often freedom. The other thing I think is important at the end of the year before any fresh start is forgiveness. Forgiveness is a tough topic, which includes forgiving other people, but also it includes forgiving yourself. And I actually struggle way more with self-forgiveness than I do with forgiving other people. But when it comes to forgiving other people, I think it's important to remember that it's okay if your emotions haven't caught up. Just like love sometimes with your spouse is a choice and not a feeling, forgiveness can also be a choice when it's not yet a feeling. And so I'll usually pray and say, Lord, help my feelings catch up to my choice. It's okay. Just interrupt me. Welcome home. I love you. Want some elderberry syrup? I made this batch with some dried apples and oranges, and it's super good. And cinnamon. Thank you. Gonna haul that wood for me. Because I like being cozy. That's love. Hauling endless amounts of wood up 37 stairs every week is love. It's my love language. Coziness is my love language. So that's that. Most things in life that have longevity, most things in life that are worth it, they are not easy. But I want you to keep in mind that hard does not equal bad. Haste creates waste. And so instead of jumping into things with haste, instead of jumping into things on emotion, instead of jumping into things without strategy, instead of jumping into things with the hopes that it will be quick and easy to overcome or to accomplish, we need to shift our mindset and lay a foundation for our mind so that our mind is part of our process instead of part of our problem. It is the things that I have taken the most care and built the most strategy around that have ended up being the most successful for me in the long run. And for me, one of the most important things was realizing I can't do it by myself, because whatever I build and put in my own hands, I have to sustain the whole thing. But whatever I give to God to own, to help me to build, He will sustain. Things that inspire me in my efforts. Sometimes we just lose that feeling of inspiration and motivation, and we need to just take a break, surround ourselves with things that inspire us. And I've always been a huge fan of old architecture. And thankfully we have a lot of historic small towns around here. I think my parents are going to pick me up and take me to one of the small little historic towns around here so that I can just enjoy the lights and the architecture and get some ideas and inspiration. And one of the things that I love about old architecture is that you can see the foundation that was laid. You can see the strategy and the inspiration of the craftsmen that built each piece of the architecture with their hands. And so it's the same thing with our goals and resolutions, building that foundation, having the strategy, and finding the inspiration. Accountability is one of the foundational parts before we can do any sort of a reset or a fresh start. And the truth is, we live in a world today that encourages us to make excuses, to blame other people for the things that we need to be getting real with ourselves about. And so while so much of the world is running into a victim mindset, I want to encourage you to look back on this past year and without shame and without guilt, just taking accountability for the things in your life that are not the way that you would like them to be. Maybe it applies to your relationships, maybe it applies to your lifestyle, maybe it applies to your thought life or the way that you eat. Whatever it is truly such an empowering thing to be able to take inventory of ourselves and take accountability for the areas of our life where we need increased wisdom and increased diligence and increased self-control. And once we take appropriate accountability, we are able to move forward with more power and more insight into our fresh start for the new year. And so I wanted to thank you so much, friends, as always, for coming back to our little house on the mountain. All of our links, anything discussed in today's video, will be in the description box and pinned in the comments below. You can find the links to our 2 new journals, Intentional Living and our Biblical Affirmations journals, also in the description box and pinned in the comments below. We thank you so much for taking the time today to pop in, and Lord willing, I will see each and every one of you right here on the next one. Bye, friends.